guys and gals, backwaters and backroads here, obviously. So today we have a kind of a unique one for you. Though, you know, it kind of goes with the territory when we're talking about shanty boats. They're all just a little different and a little unique. So, but I would say this one might be extra unique. This is my buddy Jim. We're up in Michigan, and he picked this one up off a Facebook Marketplace about a year ago. And I'll just turn the phone around and let him tell you all about it. Howdy, Jim.
Hey, Brenton, how you doing?
Pretty good. Tell us about your the poor little hobo.
Yeah, that's what's the name is going to be, is poor little hobo. I retired back in the end of May, and I retired like on a Friday, and my first Monday off, I had a list of all the things I wanted to get done. And I got a couple things done on my list, and my problem was I sat down, had a sandwich for lunch, and I went on Facebook, and the very first thing that popped up on the marketplace was this little boat. And I go, wow, that's crazy looking, you know? So I'm just kind of scrolling through it, and my eye caught right away the motor, and they only want $1,500. It said Kalakaska, Michigan, which was right by us. And I looked on, there was no phone number on it, and then on Facebook, you got to sit there and wait forever for somebody to ever get back. Well, I was going through all the pictures, and it was like really cool. I go, yeah, that's really wild. The motor's worth more than what they're asking for it. And so I could see from a picture inside, I could see the number for sale on the door backwards. So I wrote it down, called the lady, and she was surprised that somebody called.
You're a Facebook Marketplace pro.
Yeah, I know, it's a downfall, I think, for me anyways.
I am too. So.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I talked to her, and I said, hey, I'm really interested. And I said, I live right by Kalakaska. She goes, well, it's not in Kalakaska, it's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I go, well, I got time. I just retired. I said, I'll take it. I won't even quibble on the price. And they were in Bay City at the time, and they head back towards Grand Rapids. I went down there, picked up my buddy, and we brought this home. And my wife didn't even know about it, so she was kind of surprised the next morning when this was in the front of my property. But it pulled amazing. We were going on 131 Expressway, 65 miles an hour with this trailer and this whole setup. The guy that built this, he hand-built the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You know?
Well, let's walk around it,
sure,
and we'll show folks a little more about it.
All right.
Let's maybe go around this way.
All right.
So it came, just to let everybody know, it came with the trailer, which, I mean, so Jim, you want to tell folks what you paid for it?
I paid $1,500 for this thing, and it's like the motor was worth more than that.
Yeah, wait till you see the motor, guys. So right there, you know, let's just add some of the stuff up here that trailer's worth $1,500, you know, in the summer.
Like new.
Yep.
Yep.
And we'll go around the side here. Tramping through the snow, guys. We do whatever it takes to bring you these videos.
Yeah. I wasn't ready for the snow.
So it came with a Yamaha 20 horse 4-stroke, like brand new, right?
Yeah.
Like, didn't he just put it on?
No, he actually got this done in 2010, and that's the year of the motor. And he used it a number of times. He used it as a houseboat. And I think his sister said he went up in the North Channel with it for like 2 weeks and just was like off-gridding with it, him and his nephew. And they just kind of hung around with it. And then he used it as a camper. He'd go to like state parks and everything, and he'd park it just like a camper.
A motorhome.
Yeah, it's just a floating motorhome, you know.
Does the Yamaha have power, trim, and tilt?
It doesn't. That's one thing it doesn't have, and I'm thinking of setting up a little cable system or something just to do it remotely, you know, and stuff.
No, I've lived without that. It's just nice to have if you can, you know. Right? It does have controls inside, correct? It's not a tiller.
Yeah, I mean, look at the prop on it. I mean, that's all original. It's like never been changed.
Yeah, that new would cost you about $4,000.
Yeah.
But you could probably find a used one for $2,500. And remember, he bought this whole package for $1,500. So right there, no brainer. Most people would have just pulled that motor off and probably just, you know, sold the trailer.
That was my thought, was just like piecing it out, and I'd have a nice trailer, beautiful motor, and but I like everything. I fall in love.
But you fell in love with it. Well, let's get a little closer look, guys. The poor little hobo.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I can't call it that, back in the late 60s and 70s, they had these little houseboats that were like 17, 18 foot, whatever, and they were called Hobos. It was like the company was called Hobo.
Yeah, I'll put a picture on the screen for you guys, for those that haven't seen them. But they're, you know, they're only like 17 feet long.
Yeah.
I think it was called a Oh, I'll put on a Pulson Hobo or something
Yeah,
like
there
that.
was a bunch of different companies that did the same hull and everything, you know, and stuff.
And this is very similar. I would wonder if the guy that built it got his idea from that.
That's what I think, you know, because the fronts are kind of like that, you know, except I don't know how the guy drove it because there's like hardly any windows. And I'm like going, but you'll see
Well,
when we open the
it's
door.
got plenty of windows on the side.
Yeah.
Now you have a plan to remove those, right, and put something else
Kind
there.
of smaller windows. I don't want them so far down. I'd kind of like to maybe make them like, you know, 2/3 of what they are, and a better window, maybe like flip open awning type window or something.
Yeah.
And they're just like add-on ones that people put on their houses, you know, and stuff. So
Yeah, like storm windows.
the guy had a great idea and it functions and stuff, but I want to like build on it, you know.
Yeah. Well, let's pop inside and show folks what's going on in there. There's
I'll
actually a
open the
lot
door
more
for you.
going on than you would think. So this is a pretty tight space, guys. You gotta turn around to change your mind or breathe in shifts, as I just heard a funny joke today.
Watching any ice in there, Brenton.
Yeah. Yeah, so it got some water inside. It's gonna...
I left the back window open, and I haven't checked it for a couple months, and it was not good. Normally, it doesn't take on any water.
It's got a little couple of stoves. I love the round windows. I'm gonna do that to the puddle jumper.
Yeah, I want to keep those and just make them nicer, you know, that they'll open and close. He kind of made it kind of like a keyhole slot where you can take them right out, you know.
Oh, okay.
And
And then it's got a wood stove.
yeah, one of the, like a Dickerson, but it's a Sig.
Yeah.
I actually ran it last night. It was pretty cool.
It's got a sink. And then there'd be like, isn't there like a little shower back here or bathroom?
Yeah, to the right is where the porta potty goes, and then there's a shower. There's actually a reservoir, which you'll look at, that the guy had to heat the water up and take showers with.
Yeah.
That's a reservoir right above your head.
And then you just open the window to get to the motor if you ever do.
He had things set up nice. Little 12-volt refrigerator. And the alcohol stoves. It's actually got solar panels on the roof. Came with those. I couldn't believe that. A little solar control down here. So it's set up DC and AC. And yeah, a little... that was up. I unplugged it before, but yeah.
And this just turns into like a little dinette and a bed.
Yeah, it's got just like a camper. It's got the booth set up and the seat, the table goes down, and then one cushion goes here, and then this kind of bench counter thing actually undoes, and it folds down and makes another bed next to this one. So you've got two beds this size. So a family, a couple people, and a couple kids or somebody have a blast, I think.
Sure. And what's the total length?
17 foot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, there's a lot.
it's all cabin, or mostly cabin, so makes a big difference. Now, I see what you mean about the windows. I mean, the counter actually comes up above the bottom of the window, so you could easily just make them, come up above the counter here.
Yeah, I think that would be a perfect height of them, and stuff. And yeah, and the floor panels, I had this thing all cleaned up this fall when I put it away. Didn't plan on rain coming in.
Yeah, or getting in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, yeah, that kind of threw a wrench in the works there. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. And the stuff that he did, like, he's got like white duct tape, made like panels, like what do you call wainscoting type of thing. The ceiling is really actually kind of cool. It's all wood and stuff. There's little styrofoam panels above there, and it's kind of neat. I mean, it looks kind of like an old...
It really is like a homespun boat. I mean, have you ever figured out whether it's a commercial hull of some sort, or did he build the hull?
He made it all.
He built the
hull. He laid
hull?
all the fiberglass. He did the whole thing completely.
Wow.
From scratch kind of deal. And
show us the steering. This is interesting.
That is crazy. It's like, so like I said, I don't know what you can see. Like out here, the windows are kind of flawed from what maybe they were originally. But here's your Yamaha control there. And then here's your steering wheel, which steers real easy,
on the door.
It's on the door. So what's cool about it is you can actually, if you want to look out there, you can have the door open and see where you're going and still steer.
Yeah.
And it still steers the way the cable is.
That is a...
So pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of why he did that. Is it a space saving thing, or is it a
maybe I
just
don't know.
because he could?
Yeah, because he could. Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. I mean, he's got all the screens for the windows are tucked in here. There's a Danforth anchor down in here. And, yeah, I'm going to change things around a little bit, but he had a great thing going on, you know?
Yeah.
And he enjoyed it for a number. I guess he retired in 2010 and used it up until a couple of years ago and stuff. And he broke his hip and he had to sell. He was like in his 80s. So, but that's all I really know about him, you know, and stuff. But had a cool thing. I don't know what this is for. Maybe it was for hanging your clothes and stuff. I'll bet you that's what it was for. Yeah, I mean, he even built this store. I mean, it's all fiberglass that he laid and just made it all work.
So, Jim, what are your future plans with this little boat?
Well, as soon as one of the boat launches opens up and I can actually back down in and put a boat in, I don't care if there's still snow on the ground, I'm going to dunk it in and take it for its maiden cruise. And I'm going to kind of fix on what the guy started, fix a bunch of things that need to, you know, there's a little bit of rot around the rails and everything because he didn't seal them. But I'm going to use it here and there. I've got other boats that I do different things with, so it's not like going to be my only boat, you know.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun, and if friends or family want to come borrow it, head out for the weekend, maybe even like a little Airbnb around the chain of lakes that we have up here, because I'm right in the middle, like 10 minutes of like Lake Michigan, Elk Lake, Torch Lake, all these little lakes, and this boat would probably be really good on a big inland lake where you can get protection if you need it. I don't know if I'd take it on a big water, you know, and stuff.
I'll tow the puddle jumper down here when I get done with it.
Yeah.
And we'll go and have a little adventure around the area.
That would be cool. Yeah, we've got like 100 miles of travel in just our chain of lakes with Torch Lake and stuff, so...
Yeah. So we have a shanty boat club on Facebook. It's called the Shallow Drafter Shanty Boat Club. If you don't know about it, go over there and join us. There's almost 8,000 members as of February of 2025, and it's growing quick. People are enjoying it. They're sharing their projects, sharing their ideas, and we'd love to have you. It's totally free. So the Shallow Drafter Shanty Boat Club, and we have stickers and we have flags and shirts. So we'll see you over there.
The king of the world! Hopefully it won't sink like that other boat did. But, or I need my girlfriend with me, my wife.
Well, hopefully she'll leave you some room on the door.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.